Okay. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Vraja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana Vraja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tiravanachari Yamuna Tiravanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Vraja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana Vraja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tiravanachari Yamuna Tiravanachari Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Say loudly. जोर से बोलिए. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. और जोर से. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. जोर से बोलना है. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Madhava Radhe, Jaya Jagannatha Jaya Baladeva Subhadramai Jaya Sudarshana. Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. हरिनाम संकीर्तन की, श्रील प्रभुपाद की, निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे. हरे कृष्णा. How many of you attending this Bhagavad Gita lecture on Sunday? Earlier you attended this lecture? How many of you attended? Can you? कितने लोग इसके पहले ये भगवत गीता के कक्षा में बैठे हैं संडे के दिन? बहुत कम लोग हैं, है ना? Less people. Yeah. So, do you remember what was the discussion happening in last Sunday? Chapter? Which chapter you are saying? Chapter. Yeah. So 10th chapter we were discussing. Okay, that's good. So what was the title of the chapter? What was the title of the chapter? You can see here, right, on the top. There is, not sure. The opulence of the Absolute. So, today we are going to discuss from the same chapter, chapter 10. The chapter 10 name is The Opulence of the Absolute. So, actually it's very difficult to, continue the discussion with the combination of Hindi and English, and there are, might be, I'm not sure, with the people who can understand only Telugu. I will ask the question again. How many of you understand English? Okay, thank you. Sorry for asking the same question again because need to understand so that I can continue the discussion in the similar way. Okay, I see most of the devotees who are sitting here and can understand that. Okay, we'll continue our discussion in English as this is a Sunday Love Feast program, and which we on every Sunday at 11:30 we continue discussion in English. Okay. So you will repeat after me this shloka. Okay. Etam vibhutim yogancha. Everyone try to say it loudly. Etam vibhutim yogamcha. Mama yo vetti tattvataha. So vikalpena yogena yujyate natra samshayah. Etam vibhutim yogam cha mama yo vetti tattvataha. So vikalpena yogena yujyate natra samshayah. Etam vibhutim yogam cha mama yo vetti tattvataha. So vikalpena yogena yujyate natra samshayah. Okay, anyone wants to try? Etam vibhutim yogam cha mama yo vetti tattvataha. So vikalpena yogena anyone else? Etam vibhutim yogam cha anyone else? Mataji, कोशिश कर सकते हैं आप. Anyone can try. Try नहीं करेंगे तो नहीं आएगा. If we don't try, we don't get that. Mataji, no one. Okay, repeat again. Etam vibhutim yogam cha mama yo vetti tattvataha. So vikalpena yogena Yujyate natra samshayah. Okay. Repeat after me all the word to word meaning. Etam, all this. Vibhutim, opulence. Yogam, mystic power. Cha, also. Mama, of mine. Ya, anyone who. Vetti, knows. Tattvataha, factually. Saha, he. Avikalpena, without division. Yogena, in devotional service. Yujyate, is engaged. Never. Atra, here. Samshayaha, doubt. Read translation. One who is factually convinced of this opulence and mystic power of mind engages in unalloyed devotional service. Of this there is no doubt. Purport by His Divine Grace Abhay Charanaravindra Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. The highest summit of spiritual perfection is knowledge of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Unless one is firmly convinced of the different opulences of the Supreme Lord, he cannot engage in devotional service. Generally, people know that God is great, but they do not know in detail how God is great. Here are the details. If one knows factually how God is great, then naturally he becomes a surrendered soul and engages himself in the devotional service of the Lord. When one factually knows the opulences of the Supreme, there is no alternative but to surrender to Him. This factual knowledge can be known from the descriptions in Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam and Bhagavad Gita and similar literatures. In the administration of this universe, there are many demigods distributed throughout the planetary system, and the chief of them are Brahma, Lord Shiva, and the four great Kumaras, and the other patriarchs. There are many forefathers of the population of the universe, and all of them are born of the Supreme Lord, Krishna. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, is the original forefather of all forefathers. These are some of the opulences of the Supreme Lord. When one is firmly convinced of them, he accepts Krishna with great faith and without any doubt, and he engages in devotional service. All this particular knowledge is required in order to increase one's interest in the loving devotional service of the Lord. One should not neglect to understand fully how great Krishna is. For by knowing the greatness of Krishna, one will be able to fix in sincere devotional service. So, if you know the pranama mantras, please chant along with me. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupah Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Utapadakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunadhanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dina Bandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Śrīmate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So I request everyone to focus, because we came to the temple for what? Why we came to the temple? To get rid of all the problems, right? You agree? हम मंदिर इसीलिए आए हैं, हमारा सारे दुख है उसको छोड़ने के लिए इधर आए हैं, मगर हम इधर आके बैठ के क्या कर रहे हैं, उसी के बारे में सोचते रहते हैं. You agree? Will our mind is, always it keeps on bringing lot of pictures into our mind. If students, they might be thinking about the friends, college, and they might be thinking about the problems which comes in the student life. And if the families, they might be thinking about the wife and husband, about their, behaviors, right, Prabhu? A lot of things comes into the mind, right? And why we come to the temple? Again, the same question: to get rid of all the problems which are coming in our life. But how many of you believe that if we come to the temple, all our problems will be gone? How many of you believe all our problems will be gone from our life? Do you believe? No, most of the people, it seems, no, they don't believe. Then what is the point of coming to the temple? Right? Still I see question mark faces only. Everyone is seeing like, what is this? Do you believe that if we come to the temple, all the problems will be, we will get rid of the problems? No, right? Yes? For few people, yes. And for most of us, we think that all problems won't be, go away. So I agree with the people, they are like 80-90%. Because if we come to the temple, that doesn't mean all the problems will go away in our life. If we come to the temple, God gives us strength to face the problems. If anyone says, Exactly. Yes, Mataji. Yeah, thank you. So, Mataji is saying that I am coming to the temple to get more strength so that I can fight against Maya. Because actually we are in Dukkhalayam. Okay, where we are in? We are in Dukkhalayam. This earth is called as Dukkhalayam in the scriptures. It's simple and straightforward. There is no hidden things in that. Grandhalayam, if we say Grandhalayam, what we'll get? We'll get the books. If we say Dukkhalayam, that means we'll get the Dukkha only. Then why? What is the point? Why do we need to come to the temple? Why do we need to pray Lord? Why do we need to surrender? Because why we are getting the problems? Because we are done lot of sinful activities in our life in the past. As we already done with the sinful activities, we will get the reactions for sure. Right? That is for sure, right? If we do something wrong, we'll get the wrong results. We came to this material world because we already done the sinful actions in the past life, or maybe after coming to this human form of life also, we are still continuing to do the sinful reactions. So that is the reason we are still suffering here, and will suffer for sure. to get the strength to face the problems, we need to go to the temples. Jai Jai Shri Shri Radha Madhav Ki, Shri Shri Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Mai Sudarshan Ki, Gaur Nitai Ki, Nitai Gaur Premanande. So, in this sloka, if we see what it is mentioned, the highest summit of spiritual perfection is knowledge of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Unless one is firmly convinced of the different opulences of the Supreme Lord, he cannot engage in devotional service. Unless we think that Krishna, the God, is great, the problems will not go away. Unless we surrender to Krishna, we don't get the strength. Because if we believe, then only we'll get the strength, right? There is a friend along with you, okay, and you are going through the forest, and you might be thinking the other friend is very strong. If someone, comes to me to, in the night to rob you, and then the friend will help us. And with that confidence, you will go along with him. Or sometimes, let's take an example of family, wife and husband. We travel together because we believe each other, right? If you don't believe, and then what will happen? We'll go to the court. Okay, I don't believe her, or I don't believe him. It's simple and straightforward. And we take the separation. We take the separation from the wife or husband. Similarly, if you don't believe, if you don't get the understanding of Krishna, and then the relationship won't, be strong with Krishna, with the God. It's very much important. If you want to understand Krishna, if you want to understand the God, you need to believe what the scriptures are saying. Right? And the highest summit of spiritual perfection is knowledge of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. In this material world, the perfection, the ultimate goal of life, especially human form of life, is understanding Supreme Personality of Godhead. If you don't understand, if you understand the rest of the things, the whole world, science, or whatever, it's a kind of waste. I can tell you one small story. Might be you already listened to this, and a few of them. Hare Krishna, please, whoever speaking, can you try to, be calm? Can everyone say Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. First of all, you need to believe that I am going to learn something out of this. Then only you can focusly listen my words. Otherwise, it's a kind of, flickering. The mind will be flickering. Okay, what he is saying, what I'm not able to understand, or something like that. You believe that, okay, we are going to discuss a nice points, and so that you can learn something out of this class. You are spending 1 hour time here, that means you need to get something out of it, right? So I will tell you a small story. Okay, there is a river flowing, and there is no connection in between, because nowadays everywhere you can see the roads, right? But there are many places where the rivers are divided, and the land is divided by the rivers, and there is no connection between the two villages, and there will be boats will be used, right? There is a boatman who is sitting there with the boat, right? And there is a scientist who came from America. He is a kind of nice scholar. He knows science, he knows, IT, information technology. He knows many things. He knows about the nature, what happens with the nature. He studied very well. He's a big scholar. He came to that village and he wanted to go to the other side of the other side of the river, where there is another village. That is his village. So he come to the boatman and he asks, okay, can you, help me to go cross this river? What is the duty of boatman? His duty is to, take the people from one place to other place. So he said that, yes, please, that is my service. Please come and sit into the boat. They took the boat, and the boatman is, rowing the boat, and they are moving towards the other end of the river. In between, the scientist, the person who came from America, he asked this boatman, do you know science? He asked the boatman. The boatman said that, no, sir, I am kind of, illiterate. I don't know anything. Even I don't know ABCD. How can I understand science? No, science is a very big subject. It explains about the, this nature, about the trees, plants, and also it explains about the human body or whatever, whatnot. Science will explain everything. You are a very poor fellow. How you are living in this, village without knowing science? The American says that, the person says, the scholar. And they are going, and again he asks, do you know computer? Do you have computer knowledge? अरे सर मैं तो इधर जिंदगी जी रहा हूँ गांव में. I am in a village. I am village person. How can I understand the computer? Even I don't know ABCD. I don't know any language to write. I can speak anything. He said that. And they are moving. And again he asked, do you know the wind related science, how the air is coming and how you are rowing the boat, because boatsman should understand this. He is thinking, the America person, the person who came from America is thinking that the boatman should understand the science of wind, and so that he can move the boat in a proper direction. Otherwise it's very difficult for him. He is thinking like that. And then the boatman says the same. No, sir, I don't know anything. After some time, what happens, there is a big rain is coming. The wind is blowing like anything. And the rain started, becoming, there is a heavy rain. We call it as a tufan is coming. Storm, big storm. What happens when the big storm comes and the water is pouring from the sky, and the boat is about to into the going into the waters, and then the boatman asks the person who came from America, do you know how to swim? Then he says that, no, I don't know. And what boatman does? He jumps into the water and he swims and he reaches to the other part of the river. But the person who came from America, he drowned into the water. And before that, actually, the boatman also says, do you know the God? Then he says that, no, I am completely into science. I know everything what is happening in this, earth. Do you know Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare? Then the person, he says that, no, I don't know. Do you know Radhe Radhe? No, I don't know. Then even God also cannot help you in this situation. I am going. And he jumps into the water, he swims and he reaches to the other part of the river. Okay, from this story we can understand how perfect you are in this earth. आप कितने भी अच्छे पढ़े लिखे हो, आप कितने अच्छा कमाई कर रहे हो, मतलब पैसे इकट्ठा कर रहे हो, आप इधर कितना भी करोगे, if you don't have the knowledge of Krishna, a Supreme Personality of Godhead, as the person who came from America don't know swim. In this material world, it is kind of waste if you have the knowledge of other things without having the knowledge of Krishna. Because how many of you know these words? Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadhi. Everyone understand this, right? Janma is birth, Janma lena. Or Janma, Mrityu, death, Marna. और ओल्ड एज एंड डिसीज, वृद्धाप्य में आना और शरीर को स्वास्थ्य से निकल के जाना, क्या बोलते हैं उसको हिंदी में? डिसीज होना, रोग आना, ठीक है। तो ये चार चीज है, इस चार चीज एवरीवन फेसेस दिस four things: birth, death, old age and disease. Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadhi. Whatever the knowledge you have, how much you earn, how big car you have, you know, how many people surrounded by you, and I mean, how many people are there around you. Does this going to help in the birth, death, old age and disease cycle? For example, we have lot of sophisticated hospitals in Hyderabad, right? You know, there are more and more under construction also. Every hospital is a kind of big, you know, city. If you go inside, everything will be scanned and you will be coming out of hospital as a dead body. If the person is going to die, no one gives you guarantee, right? Before going into the ICU itself, they ask us to sign on the paper. The relatives who are coming along with you, please sign on this, and so that I am not responsible what is going to happen with this. मैं कुछ भी मैं करूँगा, मैं कोशिश करूँगा, मगर ये हॉस्पिटल से अच्छे बाहर आएगा नहीं आएगा मेरे हाथ में नहीं है। किसके हाथ में है? भगवान के हाथ में है। इसका मतलब है हम किसके बारे में जानकारी करना, साइंस के बारे में जानकारी करेंगे तो कुछ फायदा है? फायदा है, इस भौतिक जगत में फायदा है, और उसके बाद क्या होगा उसके बारे में जानकारी करना। मतलब ये सारे कौन हैंडल कर रहे हैं? हु इज हैंडलिंग दिस? वी हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड दैट. That is the reason. No? Spiritual perfection in knowledge of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is the highest summit. You know, unless one is firmly convinced of the different opulences of the Supreme Lord, he cannot engage in devotional service. मैं आपसे एक क्वेश्चन पूछता हूँ. I will ask you one question. Most of the times we say God is great, right? Can any one of you give few examples why you say that God is great? Anyone can give couple of examples why you say God is great? क्यों बोलते हैं हम भगवान ग्रेट है बोल के? नो रीजन. इसका मतलब है हम कभी भी बोलते नहीं. नो. Okay, because he owns the world with the supreme powers. Can you give a couple of examples what kind of supreme powers? Exactly. Yeah, he's more opulent. Actually, when Mahavishnu sleeps on the Karanodakashai Vishnu sleeps on the Karanodaka, and when he is sleeping and when he breathes in and he breathes out, there are numerous, universes comes out of his body. And it's a big opulence. Okay. Any other points? That is what it is. No other examples? Why God is great? He controls everything and he controls universes. Okay? His creation is so complex. Okay? Yes, Mataji. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's great. That's great. That is the kind of surrender to Krishna. So basically, we think that everything is under our control. We think and we start doing lot of things. But most of the times we realize that nothing is in our control. Most of the times we realize that nothing is in our control because we think something and it happens something. For example, if in student life we think that, okay, I will get 95% for sure. Okay? Basically, everyone thinks that I need to get 95% or 100%. But there are many people who also gets the below 90% also. Right? That means whatever we are thinking, it is not going to work out. Or sometimes we think that I will earn these many, I will earn the properties like this. I have a plan like this, and so that everything will go in the direction. But everyone, come across with the COVID situation, right? After COVID only we are just started thinking. And in recent times when I was speaking to one of my friend, still there are people who stopped thinking also. There are people who have started thinking about the God, but there are people who stopped thinking about the God. Because anyway we are going to die. What should I do here? खाओ पीओ मस्ती करो और शरीर को छोड़ो बस. ऐसा लोग भी बन गया कोविड के बाद. और there are many people who started thinking why it is happening with me, or why it is happening like this. Why it is not in our control? हमारे हाथ में क्यों नहीं है? इतने सारे चीज़ चल रहे हैं इधर. कोविड आया और सबके जीवन में इतना बदलावट आया, हम सोचते भी नहीं हैं. Most of the people, they lost their near and dear friends. It's a kind of, don't know why it is happened like that. It's very difficult to understand if you think that the COVID came and that is the reason they left the body. No, there is beyond. Simple thing. We are doing lot of bad karmas here and we are expecting mostly everything should happen good only to me. Now, I was speaking to one of the person when I went to petrol pump, to pour the petrol into my car. He was asking, no, I am trying to do lot of things, for myself and nothing is working for me. मैं कितना भी काम करूं वो मेरे हाथ तक आ रहे हैं, वो नहीं हो पा रहे हैं. मैं क्या करूं? मेरे जीवन में ऐसा क्यों हो रहा है? मैंने एक सिंपल क्वेश्चन पूछा, आप क्या सोच रहे हैं? आप क्या सोच रहे हैं कि मुझे सब कुछ अच्छा ही होना है? मैं क्या सोचूं वो मेरे जीवन में होना है. आई नीड टू गेट मनी, आई नीड टू गेट मैरिड, आई नीड टू गेट लॉट ऑफ प्रॉपर्टीज. ये हमारा सोच है, हम ये सोचते रहते हैं. मैंने ये पूछा, ये अच्छी बात है, आप तो गुड, आप अच्छा सोच रहे हैं, मगर आपके हाथ में कोई चोट लग जाएगा तो क्या करेगा आप? हम इमीडिएटली क्या करते हैं? डॉक्टर के पास जाएंगे, ज़रूर जाएंगे, है ना, विदाउट डिले. इफ़ वी गेट हर्ट, we immediately go to the hospital and we ask the doctor, please treat immediately, and that pain should go away within 1 day or 2 days, and so that I can go to the office and I start working. And I asked him, आप इतना सोच रहे हो, आप मांस खाते हो? हाँ, ज़रूर, क्यों नहीं. तो आप कभी सोचा उसके गले पे आप चाकू रख रहे हैं तो उसका जीवन खतरे में है, वो सोच भी नहीं सकते हैं। कोई जानवर हो या चिकन हो, वो सोच भी नहीं सकते हैं। आपका हाथ में छोटा सा वो लग जाएगा तो आप हॉस्पिटल पे जा रहे हैं, मगर दूसरा प्राणी को आप इतना वो कर रहे हो, उसका जीवन निकाल रहे हो। यू आर टेकिंग आउट द लाइफ ऑफ एनिमल्स, लाइफ ऑफ द बर्ड्स, फॉर व्हाट? फॉर आवर टेस्ट बर्ड्स, and on top of it you are giving harm to the other animals, creatures and everything, but on top of it what we are expecting? Everything should be right in our life. तो आप कुछ गलत करोगे तो नेचर वोंट लीव यू। आप उसके बारे में मतलब यू विल गेट द रिजल्ट्स मे बी immediately or after few months, after few years, or maybe in the next birth. That is the situation where we are in now. That is the reason we are facing a lot of problems here, because we are doing a lot of sinful activities, and if you do sin, and then obviously what will happen? You will get into the troubles. So the opulences of Krishna, you have to understand that, then only you can get out of this material world. Do any one of you know 6 opulences of Krishna? Yes, please. ऑपुलेंसेस, भगवान का विभूति, सौंदर्य। हाँ, सौंदर्य सुनाई दे रहा, थोड़ा सा जोर से बोलिए। हाँ, ऐश्वर्य, ऐश्वर्य, बल, शक्ति, एनर्जी, और ज्ञान, नॉलेज, सुंदरता, सौंदर्य, ब्यूटी, वेल्थ, ऐश्वर्य बोला आपने, फेम, फेम भी है, और स्ट्रेंथ है, नॉलेज है, और रिनंसिएशन है। पूरा है भगवान के पास। ऑल दीज 6 opulences. Whoever having these 6 opulences is called as supreme personality of Godhead. Supreme. ठीक है? क्या क्या है? ब्यूटी, वेल्थ, फेम, स्ट्रेंथ, नॉलेज एंड renunciation. Okay, and also we need to understand janma karma cha me divyam evam yo vetti tatvatah tyaktva deham punarjanma naiti mameti sorjuna. Janma karma cha me divyam, भगवान का birth, भगवान का God birth is not like a normal human being. His birth is, you cannot understand, it's divya. Janma karma cha me divyam. And also God's activities are also divya. I think most of you know that Krishna, Krishna is called as Giridhari, right? What he did? What he did? Why we calling him as a Giridhari? He lifts up the Govardhan hill on his little finger. Little finger. See how energetic he is, and how beautiful Krishna is. You can see the Sri Radha Madhav here in ISKCON Attapur temple. How beautiful he is, right? Very beautiful. So he's more beautiful and more energetic. He kills Putana, right? And where he's very small kid, he's drinking the mother's milk. At that point of time itself, he killed Putana. And also he fights with Hiranyak, Kamsa, right? He kills Kamsa also. And there are many pastimes which are done by Krishna. He is more powerful. Janma karma cha me divyam evam yo veti tattva. Who understands this, then there is no birth, death, old age, disease, life cycle. They will go to Goloka Vrindavan. Okay? So, as we were discussing, then naturally he becomes surrendered soul to and engages himself in the devotional service. When we understand that the God is great, everything is under control of him, and whatever is happening in this material world is because of his will only. Do you believe that good things are also under the control of Krishna and bad things also under the control of Krishna? Everyone believes it? How many of you say bad things not under the control of Krishna? So everyone is got good understanding of Bhagavad Gita then. So whatever is happening in this material world, everything is under the control of Krishna, whether it is a bad and a good. Bad and good is defined by us, not by Krishna actually. We think that if it is giving good results for me, and then I think that it is good. And if it is giving bad results to me, I think it is a bad for me. Right? Do you agree with that? If something is good happens to me, it's very specific to me, and then I think that is good for me. And if someone thinks it is, happening bad to me, that is a bad. But actually, if some results, there are two shops side by side. One of the person, doing business very well. He's earning a lot of money and he's getting the properties. What he thinks that yes, God is great and he's doing good for me. Right? Because he's getting all the good things. But immediately, if you understand that in a different way, whatever the business he is getting, the other side, the other person is not getting the business. Whoever the customer supposed to go to him also is coming to him. So there is something bad is happening to the other person. So good and bad, which we defined, is not the right thing. Good and bad happens in our life because of our past deeds. Whatever we have done in our life, whatever the activities, karma we have done, according to that, good and bad things happens in our life. It's very simple and straightforward. So everything is under the control of Krishna. If you understand this, Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha Anadiradir Govinda Sarvakarana Karanam. It says, Brahma Samhita, Brahma is saying Sarvakarana Karanam. Simple. You have to understand it, Sarvakarana Karanam. If you understand it, this, and then you will be very happy in your life, because everything is under the control of God, Krishna. Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha. Krishna is Satchit Ananda. Anadiradir Govinda. There is no starting point. Anadir Adir Govinda. And there is no beginning and there is no end for Krishna. Anadiradir Govinda Sarvakarana Karanam. It's very simple. You have to understand this. If you understand this, and then there is a kind of opulence, right? If you understand this, what we will do? We'll surrender. हम क्या करेंगे? शरणागति ले लेंगे भगवान का. शरणागति, अर्जुन ने शरणागति लेते हैं कृष्ण के पास. कैसे? आपको श्लोक पता है किस श्लोक में बोलते हैं अर्जुन? 2nd chapter में, 2रा अध्याय में, 7th श्लोका, 7वां श्लोक में, कार्पण्य दोषोपहत स्वभावः पृच्छामि त्वां धर्म सम्मूढचेताः यच्छ्रेयस्यान्निश्चितं ब्रूहि तन्मे शिष्यस्तेहं शाधि मां त्वां प्रपन्नम्. What Arjuna says, I am surrendering in to you. Shishyasteham shadi mam tvam prapannam. You tell me what is right and what is wrong, and I will act accordingly. That is what Krishna, Arjuna's mood when he start, understanding the Bhagavad Gita from Krishna. So I request everyone to, if you haven't read Bhagavad Gita, how many of you have Bhagavad Gita books at your home? Bhagavad Gita as it is, ISKCON Bhagavad Gita. Okay. How many of you read or started reading? See, 50% of the hands are down. Everyone is having Bhagavad Gita, but we don't read. It's very much important to read Bhagavad Gita. And with what mood? We have to surrender. शरणागति होना है. शरणागति करेंगे तभी भगवान समझ में आ जाएगा, नहीं तो समझ में नहीं आएगा. You cannot understand if you don't surrender. If you are thinking, why ISKCON is saying that Krishna is only great? There are many other gods also there. Why they are saying always Krishna is supreme? Done. It's very difficult to understand Bhagavad Gita or Krishna. Because etesham shakalah pumsa krishnastu bhagavan swayam. Krishna is supreme. That is clearly mentioned in the Vedas. Right? So that way we have to surrender to Krishna, and then only we can understand. Please wait for 5 more minutes, and after that I conclude this session, then you can continue taking darshan. Shri Shri Radha Madhav ki, Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Mai Sudarshan ki, Gaur Nitai ki, Srila Prabhupada ki. Okay. So, in the administration of this universe, there are many demigods distributed throughout the planetary system, and the chief of them is Brahma, Lord Shiva, and the 4 great Kumaras. Now, it is also mentioned the creation, who created this material world? Brahma created, right? Brahma created this material world with the instructions of Krishna. I'm not sure if in the previous classes it is clearly explained, or in the Bhagavatam that is clearly explained. Brahma, when he burns, from the lotus flower of Mahavishnu, he starts thinking like, what should I do? What is my purpose? Then he get 2-letter words, tapa, and he listens to that and he starts meditating. Okay, he do tapasya for 1000 Deva years, okay? Not on the material plane, on the spiritual years. After that, he got the knowledge from Krishna about this creation, and then he started creating this material world. What is the purpose of this material world? The purpose of material world to all the souls which are emanated from the Krishna, which expected that I wanted to enjoy myself, and then the God created this material world, and we are all here, and we are trying to enjoy this material world. But it is very difficult to get the enjoyment here, because we are already done lot of bad activities or bad karma. So, especially one important point you have to understand, very important form of life is human form of life. No, there is many living beings, right? Like 84 lakh species are there in this material world, and out of them, human form of life is very specific. Because how many of you believe only human being can take the name of the Lord? Everyone, right? We believe that only human form of life can only take the name of the Lord. If I say Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. जोर से बोलिए, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. If you ask any animal to come inside and ask them to chant, does animal is going to chant? No, right? Is it going to speaks? Does the animal speaks the name of the Lord? Talks. It takes the name? No, right? It only human form of life which is given an opportunity to take the name of the Lord, and so that we can go back home, back to Godhead, and go to Vaikuntha Loka or Vishnu Loka or Goloka. Otherwise, it's very difficult to get out of this material world, right? So what we have to do? We have to surrender. It's very important. We have to surrender to Krishna and read Bhagavad Gita and understand the opulences of Krishna properly. And it's very difficult. Krishna's opulences are very huge, right? So it's always, start reading Bhagavad Gita and understand the opulences of Krishna, and then Obviously, we can get the understanding of Jivatma, Bhagavan, nature, Prakriti, Kala, and Karma. These 5 things which are clearly explained in the Bhagavad Gita. Please, if you don't have Bhagavad Gita, take Bhagavad Gita and start reading it. It's very much important. Hare Krishna. Anyone have any questions or comments? No? Yes. Yeah. Okay. Krishna, yeah, good question. So what sir is asking, if Krishna created this, universe or the creation, and why he missed the point that bad things cannot happen in this material world. Everything can be stopped, right? Why Krishna is, making us to suffer here? I will give you a small example, when a small child burns, right? His mind is plain. Nothing is there in his mind, right? Everything is plain. Okay? And when he is growing, and we teach him lot of other things, to walk, to talk, Gradually nowadays we give the cell phone to them. They start looking at the content, right? They start doing the activities. Like that we will be doing a lot of activities, karma in this material world. When we came to this material world with the desire, the soul came to this material world with the desire, I want to enjoy. Krishna wants, actually it is very difficult to enjoy, because without me, because we are, actually close. You are my son, so you should not go and suffer. But no, I want to enjoy, I don't want to, serve you. Okay, you are going, I will give you one example. Nowadays parents want his children to go to US, for example, or any other country. What we will do? We'll try to arrange everything, right? We give a phone call to friend and tell them that, okay, my son is coming there, please take care of him. If there is any nice roommates, please, associate with them, and so that he can stay back there and read, study and get the job, and we take care of the children. Similarly, what God did, He created this material world. Go and enjoy. Try yourself. And if you feel that I am not able to enjoy there, and then read Bhagavad Gita and come back to me. Okay? That is one part. We came here, after coming here, by looking at the nature, by looking at all the other things, we started enjoying and we started doing the karma activity. And along with that, we are lost with our sense gratification. We are continuously doing our sense gratification, and as I said, like, something is good for me, but at the same time, that is bad for others also. So if you do good, you will get the good results. If you do bad, you will get the bad results. So who is created that? God is created. There is a good and bad in this material world, because whoever does the wrong things need to suffer. There is no doubt. Because if you do good, obviously you will going in, for example, let's take simple material example. Your aim is to become IAS. What you will do? You will take the stipulated books and you start reading it, and so that you achieve IAS, right? And if you want to go to Krishna and you be good, look at each and every, Vidya Vinaya Sampanne Brahmane Gavi Hastini Shuni Chaiva Shvapake Shapandita Samadarshinaha. If you understand Gita and Vedas, Bhagavatam and other Shastras, you understand every living being is, came from Krishna, and you start respecting that. And your bad karma will automatically come down, and there is no suffer for you. And you will reach out to Krishna. So it's not, it is happening not because of Krishna, but it is happening because our past deeds and sinful reactions. Stop doing the sinful reactions. As also I mentioned the example, you want to eat, by killing the animals, but you want to enjoy. How it is possible? If you are using lot of plastic in the material world, obviously that harms you. If you are using lot of pesticides, obviously it harms you. The actions are done by you and you have to suffer. And if you do good, obviously you will get into the right direction and reach out to Golok or Vishnu. Is that answers your question? Right? So in which, whose hands is, what needs to happen with us? It is in our hands only, right? If we do good, if you want to achieve IAS, please read IAS. If you want to achieve Krishna, read Bhagavad Gita. Simple and straightforward. Hare Krishna. Any other questions? No? So there are a couple of announcements. As you are sitting, we are coming to the temple regularly, and there are many devotees who comes to the temple regularly. We are kind of, trying to expand this temple a bit more. Backside of our Guru Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada, there is a land which we bought in last year, and we are expanding our temple. And there is a kind of opportunity for everyone to donate for that expansion with a kind of 1 SFT 5,000 rupees. If you donate 1 SFT on behalf of your family members or your name and Gotra will be written on Tamra Patra, copper plate, and which will be installed below the Srila Prabhupada, and so that you can get a lot of austerity in your life. That's a kind of great opportunity provided by the temple. So you support for that right cause with at least 1 SFT. If you are capable enough and your financial supports, and you can extend your support for that right cause. Okay? And there are other activities which are regularly happens, during Krishna Ashtami. A lot of people comes into the, take darshan. It's very difficult with a less space to accommodate and serve all better way. So please support कीजिए. हम हमारा मंदिर को थोड़ा सा expand कर रहे हैं. आप में से किसी को उसके लिए support करना है तो एक SFT के लिए 5,000 रुपए होता है, तो आप एक SFT का दान दे देंगे तो आपका नाम और गोत्र एक ताम्र पत्र के ऊपर लिखे श्रील प्रभुपाद का आल्टर के नीचे हम रखने के लिए सोच के रखे हैं मंदिर ने. तो आप ऐसा मदद कर सकते हैं, और अन्नदान के लिए भी आप दान करना है तो दान कर सकते हैं. ठीक है? हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भगवद गीता की जय. श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय. Everyone stand and take darshan.
Sadhana lalita Sri Vikakanitam Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama
Yashomati Nandana Brajabara Nagara Gokula Ranjana Kana Yashomati Nandana Brajabara Nagara Gokula Ranjana Kana Gopi Parana Dhana Madana Manohara Gopi Parana Dhana Madana Manohara Kaliya Dhamana Vidhana Kaliya Dhamana Vidhana Yashomati Nandana Vrajavara Nagara Gokula Ranjana Kana Amala Harinam Amiya Vilasa Amala Harinam Amiya Vilasa Vipina Purandara Navina Nagara Bora Vipina Purandara Navina Nagara Bora Vamsi Badana Suvasa Yashomati Nandana Brajavara Nagara Gokula Ranjana Kana Braja Jana Palana Surakula Nashana Braja Jana Palana Surakula Nashana Nanda Godhana Rakhovala Nanda Godhana Rakhovala Go Govinda Madhava Navanita Taskara. Govinda Madhava Navanita Taskara. Sundarananda Gopala. Sundarananda Gopala. Yashomati Nandana Vrajavara Nagara Gokula Ranjana Kana. Yashomati Nandana Vrajavara Nagara Gokula Ranjana Kana. Yamuna Tatachara Gopi Basanahara. Yamuna Tatachara Gopi Basanahara. Rasarasika Krupa Moya. Rasarasika Krupa Moya. Shri Radha Vallabha Vrindavana Natabara. Shri Radha Vallabha Vrindavana Natabara. Bhakti Vinoda Ashraya. Bhakti Vinoda Ashraya. Yashomati Nandana Vrajavara Nagara Gokula Ranjana Kana. Jaya Krishna Balaram, Jaya Krishna Balaram, Krishna Balaram, Jaya Krishna Balaram. Jaya Vrindavana Dham, Jaya Vrindavana Dham, Vrindavana Dham, Jaya Vrindavana Dham. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. सारे लोग प्रणाम करिए। जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शत श्री श्रीमद अभय चरणारविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य श्रील भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी महाराज श्रील प्रभुपाद की। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की, नामाचार्य श्रील हरिदास ठाकुर की, प्रेम से कहो जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की, श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की, गंगा यमुना मैया की, भक्ति देवी तुलसी महारानी की, युगनाम धर्म हरिनाम संकीर्तन की. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories, all glories, all glories to Shri Guru and Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada की. सारे लोग बैठिए, नरसिम्हा आरती गाएंगे.
नमस्ते नरसिंहाय.
प्रहलाद लाद दाहिने, हिरण्याकाशे पूर्वक्षः,
भक्ति विघ्न विनाशक नरसिंहदेव भगवान की, भक्त शिरोमणि प्रहलाद महाराज की, श्रील प्रभुपाद की, निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे. हरे कृष्ण. Hare Krishna. There are few announcements. Actually, the upcoming festivals, there is 11th of this month, we have Snani Yatra. Our Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra Mai, Sudarshan जी का स्नान यात्रा करेंगे. अभिषेक होगा सुबह 10:30 बजे से लेके, और स्नान यात्रा होने के बाद भगवान का ऑफरिंग और उसके बाद महाप्रसादम सबको रहेगा. तो आप 11 तारीख 11th को आप इधर आ सकते हैं और भगवान के अभिषेक में शामिल हो सकते हैं. यू कैन अटेंड द स्नान यात्रा प्रोग्राम ऑन 11th. एज वी आर getting closer to the Rath Yatra, so we are celebrating this Snana Yatra on this 11th. This is one. And also we are celebrating from the ISKCON Attapur temple. There is a Panihati festival for the congregation devotees, Gruhastas especially. We will be going to one of the nearest place nearby Sangareddy. There is an place called Etigadda Sangam, where we have a small river and also we have a small temple there. We will be doing a Panihati festival, which is a famous festival in Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya in our Guru Parampara. So if anyone wants to join that yatra, it is a one-day yatra. We will be starting from the temple in the early morning and we'll announce full schedule, to the people who will be joining that. Basically early in the morning we'll start and we'll go, we'll have nice kirtan, katha and also snan for the Gaur Nitai and so on.